everyone, it's Vimari with Be Productive Coaching. This is going to be a little different of a video, but I'm coming to you because the conversations that I had earlier today with some meeting professionals that were looking to discuss and really find out what else they can do, because clearly this pandemic has hurt the industry quite a bit, the face-to-face meetings in the hospitality industry. And so we were brainstorming a little bit, and I thought, hey, why not utilize my own story? So here's a tip for you is transfer your skills. Take a look at what skills you have that you can transfer over to a side hustle. It doesn't have to be a full-time event, career or anything like that, but it could be a side hustle. So for instance, I focus on coaching, and that's my service, right? That's what I focus on. It's career strategy and mental fitness. And I've been doing that since 2014. But as an entrepreneur, I have time to do other things as well as I'm growing my services, as I'm growing my practice. And so part of what I've done in the past is consulting with hotels. I have also worked and done some, what do they call it nowadays? Because it's hard. I haven't done it in a while. Task force work for hotels. And I haven't done that in a long time because I decided I didn't want to do that anymore. And thankfully my coaching business has grown, but I did some task force work before. I've done consulting, meeting planning. I still help out with some meeting plannings, I have 2 meeting planning clients that I still do. And so that keeps a pulse of my pulse in the industry as well. And then one of the other things, and why I came to you today, is because I wanted to talk about this one, right? This is a little bit different. So I bring in my hospitality operations experience into property management. Now I'm wearing gloves, and you'll see me with gloves because I just came down. I'm fine now, but I had a stomach flu, and I want to make sure that I'm not touching anything and possibly still be contagious. So I have a check-in tomorrow at this house. I manage a friend's house nearby, and they live in Europe, so they utilize it for vacation rentals. And so I utilize my operational skills and my housekeeping, everything I learned and through checking VIP rooms, to make sure that the house is perfect before we have our check-ins. So I come in and I make sure that the house looks good, it looks clean. I open all the drawers to make sure that nothing was left over. I make sure that all my lamps are working, lights are working, no light bulbs are out, no dust around. I check to make sure that we're leaving pool towels in every room so that they don't use our towels. Make sure that the remote control works and that it doesn't need batteries. So for any of you that have trained in housekeeping, you'll know that that is exactly what I'm doing. I am transferring those skills that I acquired in 22 years in hospitality from being trained in housekeeping. Never worked in housekeeping, but I did train in housekeeping. And so I'm utilizing those skills to now, 20-something years later, 25 years later, to for my side hustle, right? To make sure that this house is perfect for our guests when they check in tomorrow. And so I'm an extension of the owners, and I want to make sure that these new guests have a great experience. And I'm not checking all the drawers right now because I already did that. But I want to show you why it's so important that I come here. I have a great housekeeper, but why it's so important that I make sure everything gets done correctly. Well, here we go. So it looks like the housekeeper was in a rush and may have left some of her equipment out. This was not something that I placed here, I promise you. And so now I have to bring this back to our little storage house in the back to make sure that it's not left out for the guest. And so this is why it's key that as a property manager, I come and ensure that the house is ready. Here's a little something. I have no idea what that is. I have to find out where it belongs, but it was left on this table. And if it's something important that I need to fix something around the house, I need to have it. So I need to look into this now. I have no idea. I just saw this. But yes, this is a skill that I acquired while I was in hospitality. So this is my VIP check-in. I'm making sure that the guests that come to this property are getting their expectations, right? Their money's worth, so that I don't get any complaints while they're here. So that is a way of transferring my skill set into a side hustle. And you can do the same thing. And if you have any questions, contact me, book a consultation with me. No obligations for anything. I'm happy to give you free advice. Go to my website at beproductivecoaching.com. If you go to the contact page, there you will have a link to my calendar where you can schedule a time that works best for you. I hope this helps, and I look forward to connecting if you need me. Take care. Bye-bye.